What is up, gamers? Here we have a sad and neglected white DS Lite, and I am afraid that we are going to neglect it even more by throwing all of its shell pieces away. The hinge is cracked, it's yellowed, it's super dirty and crusty. I mean, there's like bits of plastic even missing around these corners here, so yeah, we're gonna throw the shell away, and we are going to shell swap this DS with a really cool shell. Here is what we can see of it so far. It's purple and clear black on the inside. This thing is going to be absolutely sick. It was custom ordered off of my website. I have a brand new listing page where you can select any and all of the options that you want for me to create your shell, and then it's just totally automatic. So you'll select what you want, you'll select the LEDs that you want, the optional accessories that you might like, and submit your order, and then I'll just build it right then and there. So here is our candidate for a shell swap. The screens are fantastic. The shoulder buttons do not work, so we will refresh those and give it brand new shoulder buttons. It reads games. There's my game. I thought I lost that somewhere. It reads games. We're going to swap the touch screen, the top lens. We're going to give this DS a whole entire makeover with our custom shell swap here. This is a really cool shell combo. I've had these purple shells laying around for a while now, so I'm glad that someone ordered a shell swap with one. So let us get started by disassembling the system. We need to get all of its components out of the shell, and we will be throwing away all of its shell pieces because there's no point in keeping any of them. I mean, you can see right here it's chipped off. I will be reusing all of the screws. Here we have the battery. We will be using that. I charged that overnight, so I'll make sure to grab all of these screws out because we will be using it for the shell swap. This is the second video that I am uploading with my brand new camera setup. My hands are oversaturated, but I'm not really sure how to fix that so that I can keep the DS as best as it can look. I still have some old footage recorded with my old camera setup, so you'll see some videos back and forth with my new and old cameras as I go through them. But let me know what you guys think about the new camera quality. Is it better than my old videos? It's easier for me because I can see what you guys see right in front of me as it's recording, so it's super nice for me, and especially for soldering. The video that I'm uploading today, it is August 31st. I had some struggles. Let's just put it that way. If you guys didn't see that video, I'll leave a link in the description. I had some struggles soldering the LEDs on. Just a little bit, just a little bit of struggles. It wasn't too crazy. So in this video, not only will I, hopefully, not have those struggles, but you will also see in great detail the LED swap. This customer ordered a black light UV dark purple LED as the main power, and then a red for the low power. So I'll just swap the old green LED for that upgraded ultraviolet LED, and then we'll leave the red one the same. We have the system almost completely taken apart. I'll be reusing the antenna cable and the microphone cable as well. Gonna twirl our top screen cable in. There we go. Okay. Goodbye, shell piece. Goodbye, shell piece. You are cracked. The only thing about this camera setup is it doesn't autofocus. So as soon as I bring something closer, it gets out of focus. I hope that's okay though. Again, let me know what you guys think. All of these button rubbers are bad. We will toss that all in one piece. And now, before I even break out any of the new shells or begin with assembly with the new shell, let's just do what we got to do and get the motherboard all repaired. All of the buttons don't really work, and we need to get a new digitizer on the bottom screen. And, of course, we need to get the brand new LEDs installed onto the motherboard. Well, I guess just a single LED in this case. So, firstly, I'm going to clean these golden contacts. Just like every shell swap, they are dirty and grimy, and this will make them work like new. Wipe off all the dust. All right, so now let's take care of the LED next, and then we'll do the shoulder buttons. So for this, I need to bust out my microscope. All right, so if I click a button on my PC, bam, there we see our motherboard. See how nice this is, guys? Dude, this is so awesome. Okay, so now we need our ultraviolet LED, and before I continue any further, I'm going to verify with the order that it is indeed a red low power LED. And yep, dark purple for full, and then red for low. It might get a little noisy, you guys. I have started to use my fume extractor because it's not healthy to not use a fume extractor when you're soldering like this. So now I come in with our hot air gun, blow it right on this LED here. I'll grab it with my tweezers so that I'll be ready to pull it apart whenever the solder melts. We can see it start to bubble. Isn't this so cool, guys? Isn't this setup, like, fantastic? You guys can see in high-quality 4K with this microscope, thanks to Joy Alens. They sent me a microscope probably close to a year ago by now, and I never really got to use it because I never had a proper setup for it, but now I really can. So, Joy Alens, thank you. I absolutely love this microscope. I have no complaints. It comes with these arms to hold my motherboard. So now I'm going to add some solder to these joints. And now I'm going to grab the LED with my tweezers and actually come in here with my soldering iron and do my best to hook up the LED. I don't really want to try to use my hot air gun with this LED because of how tedious it can get. Oh, there it goes. See how easily it breaks? Just like that. I wasn't even holding on to it hard or anything. Even though it might look like it's not on there totally strong, it really is. Okay. I'm going to attempt to come in with my hot air gun and see if this LED won't crash and burn and break and all those good things, or bad things, honestly. So we'll heat up the solder, then we'll be able to place our LED right in place. Now I know the red LED don't look too pretty, but we got the UV one on, and the red one is still going to be totally functional. So here we can see when I turn it on, the UV one comes on, looks amazing. And then when I remove the battery, the red one flashes perfectly. So here is our modified motherboard, and now I'm going to jump back and forth a little bit, keep things interesting. You know what I mean? We're gonna peel up the top layer and replace our old scratch digitizer. There is no screen protector on this. This is the digitizer. Fun fact and totally mostly unrelated fact. If you are making a Game Boy macro, you can make your bottom screen look like new by peeling up the top layer of the digitizer, and bam, it doesn't work anymore, but it looks like new. And for Game Boy macro, that's perfect. Anyways, we're not making a Game Boy macro, so I'm going to peel our old digitizer up and remove it. Now there's some dust in here, so slap it on. We got no dust in there, so that's fantastic. Alright, so now we can slide our digitizer in place. I apologize if that was not on camera. I have no idea what happened to my setup.
Oh, man, I don't like the setup anymore.
Actually, before I plug that in, I'm going to fix the shoulder buttons so that we do not have a bottom LCD just flopping around. So, shoulder buttons. I'm going to be prying them open from here. I'll just show one, because I'll be doing this to both of them. So, we'll open it up. Now I scrape it out of here. There's like some blue and purple grime. Scrape it so that it's shiny metal, and now I will get upgraded shoulder buttons. They are very nice and clicky. I open them the same way. Now we can place our new metal piece in here. And get our new plastic piece in here instead of Nintendo's gummy rubber one. Make sure it's all straight, and then close the metal flap that we opened. And this will work like new, and it is very, very, very nice and clicky. So now I'll do that same thing to this shoulder button on this side. And just like that, we got new shoulder buttons. So now we can install our bottom LCD with its brand new digitizer. And then we'll set the board off to the side, and it will be all ready to go for once our brand new shell is ready for it. Bam. Set that all up to the side, and let's clean up all of these pieces that we no longer need. One thing I forgot, we will be using this LED diffuser. It diffuses light a lot nicer than extreme rates. I use Nintendo's LED diffusers always. We have our top screen and the top part of our shell. So we need a couple of things first for this. We need this baggie. We will be using this sticker later. For now, we need this and this. I'm going to grab this piece, peel it from the backing plate, and then I like to make it as straight as I possibly can, so I use my tweezers to put it on right around here. And then for these, I also do the same thing. I like them to be straight. These don't need to be as straight as possible, but I still like to get them as straight as I can get them, which apparently isn't very straight. Anyways, all right, so now we need a thing, and that thing, whoops, is this metal cylinder here. I'm going to take these out for the time being since we will need them later. We need this metal ring in here. Put that in there. And now with the system, we will be swapping the top screen lens so we can see the old white one is all scratched and pretty ugly, to be honest. But we will be swapping it with a brand new Extreme Rate purple one because they include a purple one with their purple shell. So we'll be using that to match this shell scheme. So we'll put our top screen in place here. And then I'll get the microphone. This one's a little bit dusty. We'll get our cleaned microphone in its port here and through the cable. And then same for the Wi-Fi antenna. Okay, so now we are ready to swap on our new LCD border lens frame. We can see it's purple. It looks awesome. This is gonna look really, really, really sick. So first I peel up a layer of our adhesive for the new top screen lens. Be careful not to touch the adhesive itself. Lay it on here and then make sure it's on it good by just sliding my finger all around it. Poke that out. Now I'm going to make sure there is no dust on the inside of this LCD before I peel up that, because once I peel that up, then dust can stick to it, which could eventually be seen through the LCD, which would not be very epic gamer at all. But so far it looks like there's not many dust specks, but there are a few. I want to get that taken care of. I'm just going to run my cloth along, scraping any and all dust particles away. And that looks pretty good. I want to get a better look though before I finalize it. I don't like any dust to be in here, but sometimes it's impossible to not get teeny tiny dust specks, but the teeny tiny ones are not visible pretty much ever unless you're really looking at it under really bright light. But that is pretty much perfect right there. So we'll slide this in and make sure it's on tight, and then I want to get just a quick glimpse. That looks really great. There are some dust specks that I still want to get out.
A few inches.
All right, that looks good. So we'll set this down and I'm going to peel up the back part of this. This can be really hard to peel sometimes, but we do it. And now really quickly, I'm going to slap this in place so that no dust specks can get in, or as least as possible. Now there are a couple of dust specks stuck to the frame itself, so I really want to make sure it's good before I go in with assembly. I do the best I can do. I'm no machine. I don't do it perfectly, but I do my best, and I really try to get all these dust specks out. Alright, that looks like it's going to be about the best I can do. There are definitely some, but I'm hoping that none show up with the screen on, because they do look pretty dang small. So we'll see. I cannot go back, because this screen lens is like one of one. I only have one, so that would kind of stink if there are visible dust specks. But we're going to continue with assembly for now, and we'll see when the time comes. I'm sure they will not be visible. We need our speaker ring. Put that in place, and then put that down. And now this is all ready to get this top plate on. Let's go. This thing is going to look so sick. That looks awesome. All right, now we can get the bottom inner plate in. So we'll get these cables through this hole here, and then get the top screen ribbon cable through its slit. Put it in. There we go. Okay, we got the hinge in the proper orientation, and now we have our Nintendo LED diffuser. Get some dirt cleaned out of it, and we'll pop it right in place. Just like that. Now we have our hinge cover screws. This screwdriver needs charged. Hey, if you want your own Retro Evolution screwdriver, they're available for sale on my website. I'll leave a link in the description. Hinge is nice and tight. Now let's get our buttons all in place here. These really cool purple ones. The paint kind of looks metallic-y. In some lightings and some angles, but I'm pretty sure it's just a solid purple. Like the red one is like super shiny and metallic-y. We need our box. Once again, I'm going to be using Extreme Rates ABXY and Start and Select rubber pad, but I'll be finding a replacement Nintendo D-pad rubber pad since Extreme Rates D-pad rubber pad isn't a good fit with Extreme Rates buttons, even though it works amazing with Nintendo's buttons. It will work good, so get that cleaned up. All right, so now we are all ready for the motherboard. So we'll get that, and then I'll be able to get the 2 motherboard screws in, and we can test it and see what it looks like. All right, let's get a battery up to the contacts and test. I do need to get a Wi-Fi chip in first, otherwise it will not work. All right, dude, look at that LED. It matches the purple perfectly, dude. Wow, that's awesome. Dude, the top screen looks fantastic. I don't see any dust particles inside of it, man. That's awesome. I'm super happy with that. And that LED, my room is super bright, so it's really hard to see, but as soon as I get a shadow, look at how cool that is, bro. And then the low power LED will just be the normal red. Man, look at that. All right, I'm super pumped with this. I will get a black screen border to go around here, just to make it look a little bit better, in my opinion. It is removable, so if my customer doesn't like it, they can always remove it. Get that under there, and we can plug in our Wi-Fi chip. Got a little loop-de-loop action going on right there. I love it. Now, our shoulder buttons. The rod's in place, and this is L. So we got to trim L right here. In 3 cuts. Trim it down. And then I like to sand it down just to make it 100% flush and smooth. Clean it all off and remove excess plastic and blow it out. All right, so that's good. I want to install R first though, since L is no longer spring-loaded, or L is always going to be spring-loaded. So we want to do it after R, otherwise assembly will be impossible. So we'll get R in there. I still need to prep our bottom plate, so we still got a little bit of work to do there, but get L in place and then at least put its spring right in there. So we'll leave this for now, and then we need to come in with our bottom plate. So we need our lower LCD shield. We'll put that right there. And then we need a couple of other things. We need 5 lime screws and 1 black Y screw from this. All right, then we can just throw the rest away because we don't need them since I use Nintendo's screws. So now I'll screw in our bottom LCD shield. And now we got our stylus port, clear black to match the scheme. Did not realize its stylus was in here as well. All right, and then we will get these 3 lime screws in place. Okay, and now we need this to get our battery door screw and screw holder. So here's the screw and the screw holder. Throw everything else away since I just don't need it. We can get this in place here. And I use 1 more of these rectangular foamy-esque soft fabric-y foamy stickers. Now I need this sticker to go right here to give some cushion for the bottom LCD. It is where this meets with that. Need a little cushion there. And get our volume rocker and get our power switch. So now this is all ready to go. I'm going to put that in the down and put that in the down position. Make sure that's in the down position. And I'm going to get our L button in place and ready to go. And just slap our bottom plate on, making sure the power switch is down. And both shoulder buttons click amazingly. Let's get these 2 lime Nintendo screws screwed in up here. And then a 3rd smaller silver one right here. Plug our battery in and test. Make sure the shoulder buttons work and everything. I also got to get a black lower screen border. Dude, this DS is immaculate. Look at this, guys. I'm so hyped. This is such a cool DS. Just the one thing about these shells is the inside is painted white. So, like, it looks so sick, but just, I wish it was this color, like, inside, too, so we could see it through the clear black shell. But, still, it's really, really sick. You really can't complain. And at least they make their paint lines, like, uniform and straight and stuff. Fancy positive. All right, we'll turn it on. I'm gonna go find a black lower screen border. I found one, so let's go ahead and peel it up. Original Nintendo from an original Nintendo digitizer. Get it stuck on. And yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Let's get the digitizer calibrated. So for that we have our clear black stylus, and then I will be including a purple stylus as well with this DS. Calibrated perfectly. We can put that in there. So now let's get our Y screws in place. These ones from our donor DS are a little bit dusty, and I like to use ones that look new. So here's one that looks new. Here's one that looks slightly new. Here's one that looks new as well. And our black Y screw, that one actually looks pretty dang nice. Put that right there. Now we can get our battery door on. Bam, bam. Now let's get our clear black rubber pads on the bottom here. And we are going to go in with a Retro Revolution PCB for the Game Boy slot cover. And this is what we use, the brand new black Extreme Rate Y screw that I somehow can't find, so I will grab one of my replacements. Bam, just like that, goes in nice and smooth with our Retro Revolution PCB. Very nice, very nice. So now I can turn it on, get these rubber pads in place. All right, now I got these longer rubber pads. All right, and here we have it. Never mind, gonna get this on real quick. All right, and here we have it. This thing is amazing. I've been touching it this whole time. You can't really see my fingerprints. Obviously, I'm gonna clean it thoroughly, but this thing is just awesome. I mean, look at the LED. If I turn my light off, it really shines through, but then you can't really see anything. Anyways, dude, this thing is awesome. Dude, I hope my customer loves it. Oh, I forgot to test the shoulder buttons. Just listen to how clicky they are. Dude, they're so clicky. They work like absolute new with every click, no matter where I press on the shoulder button. That's fantastic. We'll take our stylus. Digitizer works like new. And a stylus, 2 pairs of screen protectors, and a USB charger. In addition to the system and its Extreme Rate stylus, GB slot cover, custom LEDs, and brand new shell combo. Get it nice and clean for its new owner. Obviously, it was already pretty dang clean, but we just wipe off all the fingerprints. Look at how nice this thing looks, dude. This thing's amazing. We will leave the top peelable film for the top screen for the new owner to peel. And there are dust specks inside, but you can only see them when the screen is off under bright light. Otherwise, you can't see them, so that is a win in my books. This thing is amazing. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed. If you would like to order your own custom system, I will leave a link in the description. You can filter any and all options that you would like for your system, and I build it to order. Leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel grow. I got a lot of cool DS content already and lots more on the way. Thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you'll have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.